All right, are we ready to rock?
Think so.
Awesome sauces. All right. Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Agents of Helm, the show where each week one agent moderates based on a topic of their own choosing. My name is Johanna. Tonight it is my turn, and we are going to talk about greed. Greed, in part 2 of my 7 Deadly Sins series. Last time we covered wonderful, gorgeous gluttony. This week we are covering opulent, scandalous, absurd, covering your naked, bloody self in dollar bills while sitting in a leather trunk after destroying your enemy's greed. So before we hop in, we have Joe.
What's up? Making it rain.
Oh.
Malik.
Let's do this. I am so ready to get really, really opulent and just ignorant with everything today.
Okay, McKenna.
Hi, everybody. I'm just going to keep it simple. Just say hello.
Awesome sauce. Okay, so now we are going to get greedy. And if we were like a TV type of podcast, you'd see me waving my fingers. Excellent. So I feel like we need to do that whole thing over.
Go ahead.
You want to do the intro over?
I sound like an idiot.
I don't think so. But
You sounded fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's get greedy. Excellent. So the first question is, who is your absurdly, ridiculously rich, opulent spirit animal? And let's start with Malik.
Can we start with somebody else? I'm still building mine out.
I'm so
sorry. No, it's fine. I was just like, I want to make it really good, so I'm still building mine out right now. You remember, I had to ask you about this one.
It's okay, Malik. I'm sorry. I thought
No worries.
Sorry. All right. Well, I'm the one like fixing this in Postish, so it's totally fine. Oh, McKenna, I have to do yours too. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry. No.
No. I can get it done. I think I already knew I was gonna get it done like next week, so.
Cool.
No worries. All right. Anyway, speaking of McKenna, let's go with you.
Okay. So my person that I chose is probably not at all who you guys would think of, but and I have a reason. But I actually chose David Beckham. So David Beckham and I are the same kind of rich person spirit animal. And the reason that we are the same spirit animal is that, like, yes, we like to, spend money on ourselves and, we work hard for our money and we have, but our favorite thing to do is spend money on the people that we care about. And then when we give it to them, when we give them their presents and when we give them their money, we do it in, a fun, weird, crazy, surprising way. So, for example, I was reading an article about when David Beckham bought Victoria Beckham. She has a vineyard in Napa, California. And I was reading about how he gave it to her. And I guess he and his wife and a bunch of their celebrity friends, I don't know, they had a list. I feel like Tom Cruise was there. I don't know. They all decided, they were like, let's go take a trip up to Northern California and let's go to this vineyard. And they spent the whole day walking around. They shut the place down. Spent the whole day walking around, seeing it, doing a wine tasting, because I guess they're big wine connoisseurs. And then she was like, oh, I really like this bottle or something. And he was like, excuse me, can you please bring out that bottle for her? And it had her name on the label. And then he told her that he bought the entire vineyard for her. And it was her vineyard. So it's just I just loved that. And I thought that I like that he works hard for his money, and that he's like, he's not somebody who just like was a trust fund baby. He's at least a professional athlete. So he I don't know. I like it. So that's what I like. I like to think that David Beckham and if I had as much money as David Beckham, I would spend it on my Victoria Beckham like that.
That is so sweet, and I kind of want to throw up because it's so selfless. He's so fucking selfless. You're just like, oh, I really. Joe, you better not disappoint me like McKenna did.
McKenna disappointed you?
She's so just selfless. Like, I'm gonna give to the world, all that horrible stuff.
The person I chose can be seen as kind of a jerk at times, but there's certain aspects that I like, I guess, But so I went with Shark Tank himself, Mark Cuban. I know Malika's familiar with Mark Cuban.
Of course.
Johanna and McKenna. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Cuban is.
No, I mean, you can give us a quick rundown.
Yeah.
All right, well, I am. Okay. So basically, he owns the Dallas Mavericks. He's a basketball. He owns the Dallas Mavericks. But the reason why I chose Mark Cuban is because he made his first million in the tech industry. Now, I mean, I'm in the tech. I'm not in the tech industry, but I'm into tech, right? So he made his first million in the tech industry. Then when he sold the company that he had, he took that money and he created an internet sports radio. And I love listening to internet sports radio. So he created one. He created what became Broadcast.com. Then he also he owned a TV station that was one of the first HD channels, which was AXS or Access, which used to be known as HDNet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I used to watch that channel a lot. He used to own that. And if that wasn't enough, he owns a film distributing company, Magnolia Pictures. I mean, come on. It's like all the things I like, he's done. And on top of that, he owns a basketball team. So, he's got the sports, he's got the movie, he's got the tech, he's got the radio. These are all things I would kill for to be involved in or to do something like that. And he's done it all. And he's on TV every week as a member of the Shark Tank. I mean, come on. Now, I mean, people could disagree with his politics or his actions. I don't really care about that as far as this exercise is concerned. I just care about what he's done and what he's been involved in. It's something that, everything he's done is something I would have loved to have done, do or been involved in. So, yeah, and he's like a billionaire. Could you imagine the toys he has? Come on.
It's true.
So, Mark Cuban, spirit animal.
Mark Cuban. I wasn't expecting these answers are so responsible and everything.
Mark Cuban's far from responsible.
Well, I mean, but it's like, he made it in the tech
I'm sure he is
industry.
responsible, but you know what I mean. Like, he comes across as a jerk, and he's been in he was in Entourage for a few episodes because he was helping out Turtle by a tequila company. I mean, he gets to be on TV, and of course, he played the president in Sharknado 3. I know none of you saw Sharknado 3, but come on.
That was a bad decision in its own right.
No matter. When you got billions of dollars, you can make one bad decision.
And you can make all sorts of fucking stupid decisions if you have $1 billion. Malik.
All right, Johanna. So I know initially during your intro, I said I wanted to get ignorant and stupid and crazy, and that's exactly what I intend to freaking do. Look, I don't want my partners here. They went with some really nice billionaires. They went with David Beckham, who does such nice things. Probably does a whole bunch of charitable shit. I get that. I'm great with those, and I'll be friends with all your spirit animals. But Um, look, and so personally, like I want to just go with one person, but I can't. I can't just go with one person because there's two guys out there who are living the life that I want to live, and I want to combine their lives into my life. So the first guy, I mean, he's a humongous asshole, but the first guy has to be Floyd Mayweather. Oh my fucking God, Floyd Mayweather. Now look, all that other crap that he does, as far as like what he does against women and all that stuff, it's crazy. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But the money, let me just run down some of the things that this guy does with money that just makes me smile, cry. It gets me sexually aroused and completely
Oh
and complete,
my.
yes, it sexually arouses me and completely puts me down at the same time. So he recently deposited he deposited. I've never deposited. I don't think I've ever deposited $10,000 in cash. He deposited $1.2 million in cash once. $1.2 million. Have you ever walked up to a cashing, like, I would love to be able to walk up to the bank with $1.2 million and just say, hey, put this in my account. That shit would be amazing. Okay? He has a $6.4 million watch collection. Watches. That's just, he has two wrists. Okay? And he has $6.4 million of watches. He once won $500,000 in blackjack. Just blackjack. That's just, it's 20. Look, I played blackjack. I think the most I've ever won in blackjack is $50 $50 even, easily. Okay, he won 500,000. All right, the man has like 9,000 necklaces. He wanted an Instagram poll to decide which luxury car he should drive one day. You know what that means? That means that he reached out to his followers on Instagram, took pictures of his cars, and let them tell him which car to drive. That is freaking amazing. Okay, I just like that's just, look, and I wasn't one of those people that told him what to drive. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not buying into that. But I mean, damn, that's just beautiful. Okay, he has a private jet. He walks around with stacks of money all around him on a regular basis. He just walks around with money in his pockets. I don't know if you've ever seen like a documentary with this guy as he walks around. He just has money in his pockets, right? He just comes out and he pulls out these wads of cash and he just counts it. It feels like Tony Montana. It feels like a Scarface moment, and it's just beautiful. It's just, I have to tell you, it's just amazing. And like I said, I don't like any of his tactics, but I'd be his friend just to stand next to the money. I don't even want to touch it because I would be too irresponsible with it. And he's super irresponsible with all of his money, and he knows that he's just gonna make more because he's gonna fight and he's gonna make a whole bunch of money. The guy just made $200 million in his last fight. Okay, so that's the money side of things. I need to be Floyd Mayweather. On the other side, which is a little bit more respectable, but still, you know, on a little bit of a on a little bit of a whorish level, is Will Smith. I need to be Will Smith. Will Smith. Now this is not. Will Smith has been married. He has been in a long-term marriage with his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, and all the extracurricular activities that he's been accused of doing, and the media is always talking about him and Jada Smith have this open marriage, open relationship. I'm not even talking about that because to me that's neither here nor there. What I'm talking about is when I grew up as a kid, he was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, very popular show. And during the course of that run on that show, he dated some of the most amazing women on the planet. I'm just going to give you a list of those women with you know, a couple of those women that he dated in a couple of his movies. Okay, so we're talking Elise Neal, Nia Long, Garcelle Bevol. He actually dated his wife on the show, Jada Pinkett Smith. He dated Jasmine Guy. He dated Kim Fields. He dated Lela Rochon. He dated Mary Moreau, Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Pam Grier, Queen Latifah, Tisha Campbell, Robin Gibbons, Stacey Dash, Victoria Rowell. And if you don't know who Victoria Rowell is, look her up. Young and the Restless. Was it Young and the Restless? I don't care. It was one of those. Soap operas, and she was amazing in it. Vivica Fox, of course, that was an Independence Day, and most recently Margot Robbie. Last but not least, Vanessa Williams, who I'm completely crazy about. So the bottom line is this: I want Floyd Mayweather's money, and I want Will Smith lifestyle to kiss and date all of these women, and then I could die happy. Then I'll die happy, no problem. And I'm giving, and when I die, we'll give all my money to McKenna's spirit animal so her spirit animal can do whatever she wants to do with all that rest of that money and give it to charities and spend it on nice people. But while I'm living, it's all going to me.
Yeah, Floyd walks around with like $2 million in cash, right?
On him, like in
Yeah,
his
he
pockets.
just walks around with $2
Oh
million
my
in cash.
gosh.
Like I would just walk around. Like Joe, seriously, if I ever made that much money, I'd hire you to just walk around and hold my money for me. That would be what you do.
If you pay me $1 million a year to do that, Malik, I will hold your money all day.
Not a
Chief
million. I'll pay
money
you. I'll pay you
holder.
200 grand. Don't be greedy, okay?
Well, it is the
Alright.
greedy show. I have to
Wait,
ask.
Fleece him.
You're gonna make Obama's money. You're gonna get you $250,000 a year, and what you do is you walk around and you hold my money. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm taking all the risk. Because if somebody wants to rob you, they're going to rob me.
That's part, dude. You're making $250,000 a year to
That's
walk
not
around with money.
enough.
That's part
You
of
got
the
family
risk.
to take care of.
Yeah, look,
Malik, we'll have to talk about this offline. I mean,
buy some brass
your
knuckles.
pay schedule is your pay is not matching the risk.
This is a very sensitive discussion, which I think has no place on the Greed Show. Because, Joe, you should be fleecing Malik. Malik, you should be denying Joe there should be knives out, okay? Like, if you're going to make it this humane,
What is this, West Side Story?
you need to go to Victoria Beckham's vineyard and figure it out there.
I trust Joe enough. I have to find somebody that I can trust to hold all that money. I mean, I can't hold it myself. My pockets would be too big. I need somebody to actually hold it in a briefcase. You know, we would handcuff it to his wrist so that they'd have to cut his arm off to get it.
Like the
Cut my arm
nuclear
off.
football? Like the
Exactly.
nuclear football?
Exactly.
Oh, man. So I think my spirit animal is very obvious. To anybody who knows me, my wealthy, ridiculous spirit animal is Rick Ross. I don't know how much money he
God.
makes, but he really fakes it very well at being ridiculously rich. He has a fucking pendant he wears around his neck that has his face on it.
It's plastic.
But let's pretend it's real. You guys. All right, so I once saw him in concert. I've talked about this, and he came out in this fur-lined red jacket and just started rapping immediately. I like the fur. He's always each fist has a bottle of expensive champagne in each hand. I mean, he's living the life I would want to live for 2 weeks, and then I'd be really sick and nauseous and intestinal issues. Anyway, which is maybe why he lost so much weight. But another thing about Rick Ross is that Rick Ross speaks to me. Whenever I have to make any sort of negotiation about my worth monetarily or anything like that, I channel my inner Rick Ross. I'm like, what would Rick Ross do? Oh, so, I've got this situation, and this person's trying to charge me $100 or something. I don't want to pay for that. I hear Rick Ross in my ear, and he's like, baby, you're worth more than that. Or if, I'm negotiating a salary or something, and I'm just like, this isn't enough, or I don't, want to, do this job. And he's like, never settle or else you're a pussy ass. And so, I mean, this is very helpful. It's very helpful in my life. So, yes, whenever I feel in times of trouble, Mother Rick Ross comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Hello.
Johanna, can we just change the show right now? Just change the show to what would Rick Ross do?
You know what? That's going to be the title of this show. Creed. What would Rick Ross do? No, seriously. Rick Ross has helped me figure out my worth as a person in terms of the Dallas. And one day I will have a bottle of champagne in each hand, and I'll be toasting to myself, and then secondary, you guys. So, so the next question is, what is the most absurdly useless, expensive thing you've ever bought? I know on Treat Yourself we talked about things we wanted. This is about, for real and useless. Now, we need to just put that in all caps because that's what greed is about, towards the end of the day if you have too much money. Useless. So let's start with Joe.
Well, hold on. Time out.
Wait,
Was that one of the questions?
I thought it was.
I thought it was the
What's
most
on your wish list?
like you couldn't
Oh.
believe someone had spent money on. Because I
Yeah.
was like,
Did I? Oh, I
yeah,
did I
because
change it?
I was
Well,
like,
no, it
I
was
don't.
three totally.
Yeah, you said
Next,
wish list, like, if I was rich, what are the things I would buy?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I
We
don't know what's
can't have
wrong
this
with.
happen, Johanna. What
Oh
would
my
Rick Ross
God,
do? What
what
would
would
what would Rick Ross say right now to you?
I don't want to know what he'd say. He'd say that I'm not living up to it. All right, guys. I'm so sorry. I must have changed it in my sleep. I was actually writing this up before an interview, so I probably, Anyway, name 3 totally unnecessary things on your wish. Blah, blah, blah. So next, name 3 totally unnecessary things on your wish list currently. Let's start with Joe.
All right, so on my wish list, like if I had Mark Cuban money, you know what I'm gonna go buy? And it doesn't sound that expensive because there are other cars that are much more expensive than this. But you guys know I love James Bond. I want an Aston Martin.
Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Aston Martin music. Uh-oh.
that ties well into Rick Ross too.
Exactly.
Which Aston Martin?
I don't know. What's the one that the most? What is it, like the DB9? What is it? Like the expensive one. They're all expensive.
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if this means that you and I are like sworn enemies or we're meant to be together. But that is literally the first thing on my list.
That's the first thing on my list, McKenna. And she asked me first.
I
You
don't
know
how
what Rick Ross would do in a situation like this? He shoot you.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I want an Aston
Anyway.
Martin.
Sorry.
All right, I'll settle for the one that James Bond drove in Casino Royale. Whichever one that is, that's the one I want.
The
Okay?
Aston Martin Vanquish?
Yes.
That's my car!
It's not your car because it's my car.
Oh no.
Car!
Bring out the
Oh.
knives.
So mad at you right now.
Bring out the knives.
Listen, right now, as we're speaking, I am watching Straight Outta Compton commercial on TV. Don't make me get Straight Outta Compton with you right now in this Aston Martin.
I'm
Okay?
so mad. I'm so
Because
mad.
I will vanquish you. That'll be it. So,
Whatever.
I'm getting an Aston Martin, okay? All right. The next thing I'm getting is a yacht. Don't ask me what kind. I want the big one. Whatever. They're all expensive. I want a yacht. I want something I can live on for months at a time and not worry about anything, okay?
So
want a
Joe, we're
yacht.
literally 2 for 2.
I want a yacht. Okay? And now for my toy, like the thing that's going to be like, most people are not going to have it. This is what I want. I want a deep Challenger submarine. The one that was built by James Cameron. Because, I always tell you I want to go swimming with the sharks. This way, I don't have to actually swim with them. I just sit in the submarine thing and I can watch them through the bubble. I want to be underwater. I mean, like underwater. Okay, so I get the submarine, and of course, I know you asked for 3 things, but there's just the last thing. Just because I have so much money, I want to experience making it rain in a strip club. That's what I want to do.
Hell yes.
I want to make it rain and not have to worry about the money.
You
So
can
that's-
use your money holder money.
Yeah,
From Malik.
I could use the money I'm holding from Malik as my so I don't lose anything.
I have to give you permission for that, okay? And I have the code to the briefcase that's
You got so
here
much
to your
money,
arm.
you're not even gonna miss it. You'll be like, oh, I'm $400,000 short. Oh, whatever.
Oh,
And then you
I'll
just
know
keep going
that.
to the bank.
I know that. I'll know $400,000 short. Especially if it's walking away from me inside some stripper's G-string. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem with that.
Well,
$400,000.
not really, because if you say, I want that back, you have to go get it, and then maybe things happen, So.
$400,000
No,
though.
then
is
you might be in for a raise then, Joe.
Oh. All
So,
right. Sweet. Malik.
Oh man, so if I was that rich, one thing that I would definitely say I would no longer do is I'm no longer walking anywhere. Not walking anywhere. I'm just not going to do that. My feet should be reserved for sitting and for massages. So the 3 things that I'm going to get are going to take me around the world in style in the way that I want to. For the first one, I'm going to get is a one of those I guess whatever they're called, those the jets that all the celebrities buy, like a private jet. I want a private plane. And so, I want a private plane on my own airstrip that I can privately get on. I have a pilot that takes me wherever I need to go. If I want to go to Paris one day because I just want to go try some baguettes from France, let's do that. Let's just get on the plane and just go fly to France and get some baguettes. That's what I want. I want my private jet. That's number one. So number two, how do I get to my private jet? Well, I want a jetpack. I want to fly to my jet. So I want to be in my apartment, put my jetpack on, and fly to my jet. Okay? And then when I fly to my jet and I'm relaxing while I'm waiting for my jet to take me wherever I want to go, like I said, I am no longer walking anywhere, so I will get me either one of two things. Either a Segway, which is pretty cheap, and I don't necessarily have to get that because it's cheap. I can get me one that's really pimped out and goes like really fast. But what I really would love to get is is my own golf cart. I want a golf cart that drives me around the tarmac as I wait for my plane to be ready. So so jetpack, Learjet, and a golf cart. Those are the only three things I'll need, because I'm never, like I said, I'm never walking anywhere ever again. If I'm that rich, my feet my feet don't touch the pavement, not unless I want them to.
Awesome. I like your it's kind of like a Russian nesting doll, isn't it? The jetpack inside of the jet.
Exactly.
All right, McKenna. I know Joe stole some of your cars and yachts.
I have to go through now and find other ones, which I think I have a couple. So the first thing that was on my list that Joe didn't say is so I have a very accurate apartment for my age and salary right now. I have a very small, very New York apartment. But I go and eat breakfast with my friends in Tribeca, and we like to look around and pretend that we live in Tribeca. So I would like to actually have a penthouse apartment in Tribeca and be able to look down at the city, at all of the little people, and be like, yep, I used to be there, but now I eat breakfast looking down on all of you instead of eating breakfast.
That's greed.
Right? That is amazing.
That is amazing.
So
that
I
is
bought
great.
a penthouse loft apartment in Tribeca. And that is just my vacation home. Oh, you guys don't even know. My real home is in San Diego, but we're not going to go there. And then I can't have my Aston Martin Vanquish, apparently. But that's okay, Joe, because you know what? You're going to have this amazing car, and you're going to live in the city, and you're not going to have anywhere to drive it because you're going to be stuck in traffic. And you know what? I'm going to blow by you on my 848 Ducati. So I'm going to be there in my all-black leather suit with my tinted glass, black racer helmet, and you're going to be sitting in your little Aston Martin there, feeling all sad. You can't stretch those horsepowers. You can't let those horses run. And I'm gonna be weaving out of traffic on my silver 848 Ducati. And you're gonna be super embarrassed. And I'm just gonna be throwing money behind me and just be like, "Wah!" I'm also gonna be that girl that everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, what's that?" And then that guy's so cool. And then I am stopped at a light. And I whip my helmet off in slow motion, and my hair moves down. And everybody's like, "What? It's a chick!" And then I go, run! I pop a wheelie and I drive off through the red street. I haven't thought about this or anything.
No, not they haven't dreamed about it at all.
And then last, because I also said I wanted a yacht, a quote a Wolf of Wall Street fucking grade is what I said. No, you know what I would do, and I'm surprised none of you guys said this, right? So I have my Ducati, I outrun everybody. I have my like private, high up apartment looking down on everyone. People know I have money, right? At this point, they're seeing me show it off. They're seeing me throwing the money in the air behind me when I'm popping my wheelie. So there are going to be some people who might not be so nice who are trying to like get at me. So I'm hiring an entourage. I'm hiring bodyguards. I'm hiring armed guards. I'm hiring friends. I'm going to make all new friends. They're all going to be rich. Sorry, y'all.
Kick us to the curb.
They're going to be fake. They're all going to try to stab me in the back. And I'm so down for that life. I am so down to be on parade with all of them being like, oh, McKenna's in another shenanigan with her posse. Yep. That's it.
So McKenna, I have to ask you, since you're basically planning on being a socialite, are you gonna do a sex tape?
Okay.
Really?
Of course. Guys, the sex tape comes with the entourage standard.
Okay.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. That's great. That's great. Okay.
So is the title going to be McKenna Meets the Entourage? Or
no, it's going to be called One Night in Perry.
What?
One Night in Perry.
One Night in Perry.
Oh, that's part 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Paris Hilton did that already. You have to do something different.
That's the joke. It would all be shot in night vision, and I'd have like a blonde wig on. Come on!
What would Rick Ross say about this?
That needs to be a skit on fucking when I'm famous. That's gonna be a skit on Saturday Night Live. It is. You mark my words. Anyway, so yes.
She's gonna buy her own entourage. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I would consider buying my own entourage, but I think I would more prefer to just buy somebody to make me laugh. I want to hire somebody to make me laugh at all times whenever I want to laugh.
That's called a jester.
Yes. I would absolutely have a court jester. I would absolutely have a court jester. And I wouldn't, I wouldn't kill him if he didn't make me laugh. I'd just fire him and go find somebody else. So, send him back to whence he came. But yes, absolutely, want a court jester.
So I guess this shows where my head is at, but the first thing I thought of was a bed, but a really nice bed, like a magnetic floating bed, which I assume has probably some sort of, special property that they'll make up and that I'll, totally buy because it's a floating bed. So, and the bed would have like a chargers for all my, whatever. It would have a very tiny lamp so Sean wouldn't be bothered when I read. Actually, it would have a lamp that he couldn't see. Kind of cool. But the actual bed would be hand carved out of a single trunk of a tree. Because what would Rick Ross do? What would he do? And the mattress would be of the finest whatever the fuck there is. And silk sheets. So that's one. The second thing I want is a lowrider pickup. Finely detailed. Because what would Rick Ross do if he was Latino? He would get a lowrider pickup. And it would be really ridiculous. And, like, if people looked at me, I'd be like, yeah, and what, motherfucker? What? And I think the third thing I wanted to do, I noticed nobody bought their own island.
I was thinking about it.
I hate New York City. I need my own private island. I don't really like people, except for the people that I am friends with or I'm family with. I don't want to deal with any other people, ever. So, and I know that I'd have to deal with people, who would, like, whatever, do the beds or whatever. But that's different than having to deal with like, people on the subway and stuff. So I would buy my own island. I feel like the Caribbean is really hot. So maybe I would go for an island that's not as hot. Probably in the Mediterranean as opposed to the Caribbean. And then, I don't think I would have a yacht Oh, well, that comes later. We're going to talk about that later. But I would at the very least be like access to a ferry or something and go to Greece, and because I guess Greece is still a tourist like a spot, even though it's falling apart or has fallen apart. So yeah, those are my things.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
those are awesome. No, I mean, I considered buying an island. Johanna, I considered that, but then I realized, how am I going to flaunt all of my wealth if there's nobody on my island to see it? So I need to be where the people are so they can see it and be jealous of me.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them crying.
Exactly. I want
Yeah,
to see them crying over the wealth that I have.
crying over my wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean you've got a good point. That's where to me the low rider pickup comes from. And what? So, and the bed obviously, but I mean I need a floating bed and king size, double king size. Really, the possibilities are endless when you are greedy. And speaking of greedy, the next question is what ridiculous item from a rap video have you been coveting? Do you want? If you had all the money in the world, would you get? What would Rick Ross do? The For Real game. So let's start with Malik.
So, back in I believe the late '90s, there was a group, and there was a group called No Limit Records,
Uh-huh.
and they were run by rap mogul by the name of Master P. And in one of his music videos entitled "Make 'Em Say." Now
Oh.
one of the things about this group was that when you were a member of the No Limit Records crew, you got this like ginormous chain, right, with a pendant, and a lot of other record labels back in the days they did that, and I guess that was solidifying like that you were a part of that gang or part of that group or whatever. So like Rockefeller had their chain and everybody else had their chain and everything was cool. So No Limit Records had this chain that everybody in the group had, and it was a chain of like a golden tank, and the tank had like all of these diamonds in it, right? And so that the chain was really really cool. The chain was always great, but of course, in great, Master P, No Limit fashion, and they were well known for like spending shit tons of money. I mean, there's an episode of Cribs that he did. He did an episode of Cribs where he showed off, and I was trying to find it, but he showed off like he had an elevator in his house. So he would take he had an elevator that took him from his studio, which was in the basement, up to the top floor, to the master bedroom, and then he had like a gold toilet, like so he had a whole bunch of really really nice stuff. But in this video specifically, which is why I remembered it so much, was in reference to the tanks that they're wearing around their necks. He actually had a gold tank that was brought into the basketball stadium or the basketball gym stadium, wherever they were shooting the video. And they're shooting this video, and they're all like dunking basketballs, and he comes popping out of this gold tank. So my thing was, as a kid, when I was watching that video, and now throughout life, what would be the best way to show up to work? I mean, you people take the train. I come popping out of my gold tank, and of course I have my little clicker to turn on the to hit the alarm, and I just park it in the middle. I don't care if I get a ticket. It's a gold fucking tank. Where are you towing it? Who's towing this? Okay, no one's towing this. All
And
right,
what?
so I'm gonna park it right outside of the job, and I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna go to work. So I want a gold tank. That's what I want.
See, I mean that is bravo. Like yes, yes, yes. I mean, but how the fuck does it even work? It's so heavy. Is it just
It's
gold
gold plated.
plated?
I think it's gold plated,
Okay.
but yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll figure the logistics out after we purchase the tank. Okay, I don't know where I'm gonna park it. I don't have to park it. Where around my neighborhood, I'm just gonna drive it to work. And of course, it's a tank, so it probably drives super slow. So it's gonna take me 3.5 hours to get to work every day. But I don't care. And you know what? You know what the best part about having a gold tank is? No traffic. Because I'm either gonna shoot my way through things, or I'm just gonna roll over your car. So I never have to worry about getting stuck in traffic. I'll be late just because the tank goes in like 12 miles an hour. But whatever, we'll deal with that later.
It'll be a traffic problem for everyone else, and who the fuck cares? You're stinking rich.
Exactly.
Who cares? All right, Joe.
All right, so it's not really an item that I chose. So here's the song. I thought we were supposed to pick it from a song or something like that, so that's what I did. So here's the lyric. All right, by 50 Cent. Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. I write the check before the baby comes. Who the fuck cares? Right. So I got so much money. I'm just banging girls left and right, and if they get pregnant, bam, I just give you $1 million, and send the kid to college.
Oh my
I'm
God.
outta here. That's how much money I'm gonna have. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for this protected sex stuff. So hey, I'm just gonna give you $1 million. We'll call it a day.
So instead of paying $13 for some condoms, you'd rather just give them $1 million straight up.
That's how much money I got, Malik. I got that kind of cash.
But that's cool. That's the definition of foolish spending. I mean,
Hey,
NYC
I didn't say
condoms
I
are
was
cool.
smart. I just said, I rap, I make money. Hey, it was written down for a reason.
You can get free. You can get condoms free from a clinic.
Okay, let me just tell you.
Just go to the clinic and get a free condom. You have a
I don't need to.
$1 million.
If I'm gonna make it rain in the club, what makes you think I got the money? Just throw down cash, get girl pregnant, boom, here you go. It's amazing. Send them to college.
Go.
Send them to private school.
Go.
Oh my
Send
God.
them to community college.
That look. Hey, whatever you want to do with your millions, as long as you're not spending my millions. I'm
Man,
fine.
listen, you don't even want to walk.
No, I don't want to walk anywhere. I do not want to walk anywhere.
You don't even want to walk. So don't worry about it, man. And of course, and it's because cash was everything around me. Got to get the cream. Dollar bill, y'all.
Yo. Oh my God. How about you, McKenna? Oh, and just to clarify, it could have been from a song or a video.
Okay.
So it's whichever. It's totally fine.
You said that something just popped into my head. Okay, so I have my original answer, but then I am gonna just tack something on at the end.
Or you could just do your new answer too. I mean, we can fix it in post.
I'll tack that on in the end because now
Okay.
I have a specific item that I'm like, yep, I want that. But no, okay. So when you asked me this question, Johanna, I had a really hard time because I had 4 songs pop into my head at once, and I was like, I want all of those things, but I decided on this one from the T-Pain classic, Can't Believe It. I don't know if you guys remember this song. It's one of my favorites. He
Sing it.
basically, this is about T-Pain and Lil Wayne. Coincidence that they rhyme? I think not. They go into a strip club, basically, and T-Pain sees this stripper that he can't believe is wasting her life away being a stripper. So he promises her all of these things if he'll just go in the back with him. And it's just kind of the best thing. It's like a true Cinderella story, right? Isn't that what happens all the time? Guys go in, they find the love of their life up on that pole, and they offer them the world, and then they take
That's
I know.
They can't believe it. Ooh, ooh, she all on them, all them. Man, want them. Nah, they can't leave her lonely. Nah, no way.
Story of my life. That's why I don't go
Right?
there anymore.
So all of the things, of all of the things he promises her, because of course you've got I'll put you in the mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. He promises her all of these things. So he promises her a log cabin somewhere in Aspen. He promises her the mansion in Wisconsin. He promises the condo all the way up to Toronto with the fur coat and the Murcielago. But my favorite thing that he promises her, and this is what I want all of those things. Actually, I just want that story to be me. I just want to be the girl on the pole. And T-Pain sits down and he's like, come here, girl. I think you need some persuasion. Plus, I think you need a little ventilation. Right? That's what I want. But the one I want is when he says, I'll put you in the beach house right on the edge of Costa Rica. Put one of them little flowers in your hair. Have you looking like a fly, Mamacita Fuego. That's my favorite thing in the world. I think that might be one of my favorite lyrics ever written. I want to be on the edge of Puerto Rico in my beach house with my little flower in my hair and having somebody calling me Mamacita. That's it. That's the dream. So.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you'd have to sleep with T-Pain to get it. You know, so that's kind of the drawback, in my opinion.
She's already sleeping with the entourage. What's the difference?
I know. Just throw T-Pain in there. I won't even be able to tell. And shit. So I really thought about that. I narrowed it down to that, right? Because I was also thinking about that song, Whatever You Like, where it's like, a gas up the jet for you tonight, and baby, you could go with
whatever you like.
Yeah, it's the T.I. song.
Love that song. Love all those promises as well. But then, fucking A, Johanna, you had to go and say, oh, it could also be from a video. And what's the first thing that pops into my head? The, pimp throne that Rihanna has in that music video for fucking Throw It Up. Is that what it's called?
Oh, I haven't. Pour It Up.
Pour It Up.
Oh yeah.
Throne the
Clubs and dollar bills.
Oh my god. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have all seen that music video, but if you do, it's basically a pimp throne with Rihanna sitting on it on top of water. And it's just the most hilariously cheesy, badass pimp throne you will ever see. Oh my god, it's amazing. And I want it in my house now. If I could blow big money on something, that might be one of the things. That might be next to the Aston Martin. So yeah, so those are my rap video / rap song things that I want.
And they both revolve around stripping. So is that the pathway?
If ever I write a memoir, it's going to be called Stripper Girl in a Fat Girl Body.
Aww.
That's the name of it. My whole life would be different if I was a size. For the better, I think.
So mine is a more recent thing that I saw, and that is I know it's not a battleship, but it kind of looks like one in the Bitch Better Have My Money video. If you haven't noticed, I'm kind of Bitch Better Have My Money. Yeah. Huh?
Giant. It's not a yacht. It's like a.
It's like a fishing boat that has been turned into a yacht. It's beautiful, and she's it's truly, it's like a fucking fishing boat or some sort of trawler, and it's been turned into a yacht. That's what I want. That's all I've ever wanted.
So you don't want an actual yacht. You want to get a fishing boat and then turn it into a yacht.
Yes.
Okay.
Or I want for someone to have already done that and turn it into a luxury vessel, and then I could sit up top with a flare gun and just shoot it all day, and then, take a cell phone and shoot that. All sorts of shooting on my fishing trawler battleship boat yacht.
Oh my god, that's the best.
Isn't it?
So good.
Isn't it? It'd be so awesome. It's like you can drink champagne below decks and then catch a bass or some shit when you're up top, or get some shrimp with a net. So instant food, you don't have to go ashore, but you probably will because you have some scores to settle involving knives that say cheating on them. So I like that video. Alright. So I think our final question is, what absolutely ridiculous expensive thing have you seen that you've looked at and have just said, who the fuck could ever want that? That is just beyond useless. So let's start with McKenna.
Okay. So I have a couple things. Two of which I feel like that, Johanna, where I'm like, that's just useless, and one I'm just confused by. And maybe you guys can shed some light on it. So, truly. So the first thing that I found that I was like, wow, you want to talk about, like, people blowing big money, right? I found this place where you can order gold-plated staples. Gold-plated staples for your papers that you give to people. I kid you not. They're $175 a staple.
Why?
Like why? Like really?
Why?
Why would you need gold-plated staples? I don't know. I thought it was the most like novel thing I had ever heard. So yes, you can buy in this world gold-plated staples.
Well, I know what I want for Christmas.
For your super important memos.
I mean, what would Rick Ross do if he's, helping his kid do his homework and you need to staple two things together? Obviously gold-plated. That'll show the teacher who's boss.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to, like, slightly, like, bribe your teacher, right?
Oh,
you could be like, by the way,
that's true.
Like, don't throw that staple out. Like, like, I don't know. I guess that's that works. The second thing, and this is actually something that someone bought, and this really is truly like a what do you do with this, right? Somebody bought, I think on eBay. No, somewhere else, not eBay. Britney Spears' used pregnancy test. Not kidding. Somebody got Britney Spears' used pregnancy test. I'm assuming like one of the ones that was like showed she was positive. I don't know. I hope it wasn't like a negative one, because then I would think that it wouldn't be worth $5,000. Yeah, they paid $5,000 for it. But yeah, I don't know what really you do with that afterwards, and I don't really know how someone got it. But there you go. And then the last thing that I looked up, and this is also one of the most expensive things I found while I was looking it up. So for $4.8 billion, billion with a B, you can get a yacht that is made with over 100,000 kilograms of gold, and I kid you not, is decorated with miniature meteorites and T-Rex bones.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now, why someone would want that with the meteorites and the T-Rex bones with the gold, I don't know. But it is a thing, and it is almost $5 billion.
I want that. I want that.
I mean, in my head, I'm really thinking, what would Rick Ross do? And I'm like, totally get the gold.
Oh my God, you guys!
Yacht.
I just looked it up. It's called the History Supreme. That is actually the name of the boat. The History Supreme.
History Supreme. What the fuck?
Some Malaysian businessman owns it. You guys, I'm gonna send you this. You have to see it. It's the funniest thing. Anyway, yeah, so there's actually there's a boat, almost a solid gold boat that is apparently trying to recreate the extinction of dinosaurs at the same time as floating you along the ocean blue.
Oh, that's something I forgot. I really want to have like a permanent pass to the Queen Elizabeth II and go on boats like the Titanic. Oh wait, that didn't turn out so well. But that is still a dream, the impossible dream. I'm looking at pictures. This is bananas.
Oh, the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It's like it's a joke.
I thought it was.
I
thought it was a joke.
There it is. It's some sort of land speeder. Yep. All right. So, on that note, let's go to Malik, who wants the History Supreme. So.
I mean, like, if I've got $4.3 billion to blow on something, fuck it. Let's get a big ass yacht with T-Rex bones in it, because look, I mean, this is the closest thing we're ever getting to Jurassic Park, right? So I would love an actual Jurassic Park that I would never visit. I would love for it to exist, and I just never go there. But at the very least, if I have T-Rex bones on my boat, why the hell do I need to go to Jurassic Park? I could just tell stories about the T-Rex. So
The T-Rex that you caught.
that I caught and
That you
killed,
didn't
obviously.
really.
Obviously, Johanna. $4.3 billion. Anybody that wants to be on that boat will believe that I caught and killed the T-Rex. They'll believe whatever the fuck I say if they want to stay on my boat. So anyway, for me, I looked up a couple of things that I really thought I've always thought were just completely useless items, and then one that I really really want, and one that I really 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 want, and one that just doesn't make like the most insane shit I've ever heard of in my life. So I don't know if you guys know, or I know Joe knows, but I know you guys know I love sneakers. I am a sneakerhead. I love buying sneakers. If I could, I'd buy sneakers every time I got paid. I'd buy a new pair of sneakers. I don't have room in my closet. I wish, is one of the things that I've told my wife on a regular basis, is if she had never moved in, the closet that she got when she moved in to live with me would be a closet for my shoes. I'd just have a sneaker. I would have my
Wow.
closet with clothes and a closet full of sneakers. So she saved me from not spending a shit ton of money on sneakers. But there are two pairs of sneakers that I recently heard about and saw some links about that were just completely foolish. The first one was a pair of custom Air Jordan PlayStation 4 sneakers. And these sneakers were actually black, a pair of all black Air Jordan 4s, I believe, with instead of the Nike logo in the back, it had the PlayStation logo, so the PS4 logo in the back, and it came complete with HDMI ports in the base of the sneaker. Now, the HDMI ports were not functional; they're not functional at all. But you can plug an HDMI cable into them, into each shoe, and kind of use the cable as like your carrying case, as your carrying cable for your sneakers. So they're PlayStation sneakers that completely have no value, and they don't touch the PlayStation whatsoever. And these sneakers were running for a cool $950. So meaning 2 times the price of an actual PlayStation 4, you can buy a pair of PlayStation 4 sneakers that do absolutely fucking nothing. So that was the complete most nonsensical bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And even though it's not an exorbitant amount of money, $950 is not a lot of money. I mean, I'm always arguing about the price of sneakers and why, people should or should not be okay with, wanting to spend $200 on a pair of shoes. This is just, even though this is not crazy, this is just like, it makes no sense. It has no use or no value whatsoever. The second thing is another pair of shoes that were recently auctioned. So Nike, I don't know if you guys know, Nike recently purchased the patent a few years ago. They purchased the patent for the technology used in Michael J. Fox's boots in Back to the Future 2. So what they did was if you guys remember the boots in Back to the Future 2, they didn't have laces. They actually they had the technology that like closed the boot around your foot. So Nike actually purchased the patent for that technology. And recently, I think in 2011, they introduced a shoe using that technology. So it was kind of a replica of the boot. It's called the Nike Air Mags, and they're actually out right now. You can search them and take a look at them. They're ugly as sin. And they have no... They're ugly. I think they look like space boots.
Awesome!
I think they're space boots. But and now I believe now you can even like buy them. They're not that crazy expensive. But back in 2011, they made 1,500 pairs, and they auctioned those 1,500 pairs off for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which is for Parkinson's disease. So the first person that ever bought that pair of sneakers bought them for $37,500. A pair of these sneakers for $37,000. That's fucking crazy. Because it's not going to do half the shit that it was doing in Back to the Future 2. You're not going into space with these shoes. There is no reason to spend $37,000 on a pair of shoes. That's where I draw my line. Okay, at $37,000, of course. That's where I draw my line. The last two things I found just researching for Johanna's question, I found a toilet paper company that's made one roll so far, of gold, 22 karat gold toilet paper, priced at $1.3 million. No one has. It's currently for sale. No one has purchased this one roll of toilet paper, so you can't get two rolls if you really wanted it. But there's It's 3-ply, 22 karat gold toilet paper for $1.3 million. That's freaking insane. And the last thing, which I actually really do want to buy, for $30,000, and I actually have space in my house for this, but for $30,000, you can purchase a real life, a true to life, true to size replica of the Iron Throne.
Hell yes.
I want that. I need that in my life. Okay.
But Malik, that's useful because winter is coming.
Well,
and the four families are fighting each other.
Winter's always been coming, but
Exactly.
apparently winter is coming in 2015. We know that it's going to happen at some point in time. So if you buy it, and you can purchase this right now for $30,000 on HBO's website, you can purchase a life-size replica of the Iron Throne, and you can get it, and it'll take 6 to 8 weeks to ship. So by the time either the White Walkers come or season 12 of Game of Thrones starts, you'll have your Game of Thrones life-size replica Iron Throne to sit in and to watch. I don't even know how comfortable this thing. It doesn't look like it would be comfortable. I don't know how comfortable it would be, but I need that. That I need, and there's space in my house for it. I've already kind of measured out how much space I would need for something like that. So I've already kind of made the decision that with my first million from this podcast, I'm buying a Game of Thrones throne.
Nice. Iron Throne money.
I'm gonna buy one for home, and I'm gonna buy one for our podcasting studio wherever we want to do our podcast.
But we'll have to sit really far apart from you, or else
Yeah.
we'll be impaled.
Of course, yeah. You guys can sit around the table as my small council.
Oh,
Which one of us is going to be your hand?
Huh?
Who's going to be the hand?
Well, thus far, I was probably gonna go with Taylor so that I could kill him. So anything bad happens, we can blame it on the hand, and then we take him out. So I'd bring Taylor back for that, to be the hand of the king.
All
But
right.
I'd have to only bring back expendable people, because the hand of the king is clearly not. He doesn't stick around for very long.
Awesome sauce. Joe?
okay. Well, I was looking around for like just ridiculous expensive stuff. I came across some car wax that is priced at $89,000. I'm like,
Why?
car wax? I have no idea. I don't know what it does. It's just car wax. I don't know. I mean, $89,000 for car wax. I mean, shit. I guess, if I ever spent that money on my Vanquish, yeah, I might as well get some nice car wax to go with it. And,
Yeah,
make sure
exactly.
it's nice and shiny all the time. But yeah, I think it's just crazy. You could buy like 4 or 5 cars for that much. Cheap cars, but you can still buy 4 or 5 cars for $89,000. Just ridiculous. But if I got money like that, if I'm dropping millions of dollars for my kids around the country, then I think I can spend $89,000 for some car wax. A $5,000 toilet bowl.
What?
Spend $5,000 on a toilet bowl. How much do those other things? What do you call those things that rich people have that
Bidet?
clean you out? The bidet. Was it bidet, right?
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, bidet. Yeah, I have my $5,000 toilet bowl and a bidet next to it. I mean, if you spend $5,000 on a toilet bowl, I'm sure you're gonna have a bidet next to it, because
Actually had one of those in the house that I lived in growing up.
look at that. See?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
when I went to Europe, there were many bidets.
Yeah.
My dad wanted one so bad.
I mean, the shit that you're gonna take in a $5,000 toilet is not gonna be any nicer.
Yeah, I know. Or maybe there's like a vacuum in it that sucks it out. I don't know.
Maybe it's self-cleaning. Oh, it's
You know what?
Self-cleaning,
neutral.
no
It's like-
stains. Like, you don't need the tidy bowl, man. Or you don't need the things, those little things you stick inside the toilet, because it's like self-cleaning.
Oh
has
yeah, it's
Febreze
totally
inside
worth
it.
it. It's totally worth it. If that's
Yeah.
the case. It's totally worth it. If that's the case. It's actually worth it to me. It also, if if it deodorizes the bathroom as you
Yeah,
go.
deodorizes maybe, and there's no smear left over in there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
It
that
takes care
works.
of everything.
Just
All right, so $5,000 toilet
nasty.
bowl, and then for me personally, what I would want to buy that I can't, Barry Bonds is like my favorite baseball player, and I would like to buy his 73rd home run ball, but 450 grand, I can't afford it right now, but the rich me would buy it in a heartbeat just to have it and add to probably my collection of other baseball memorabilia or sports memorabilia total. Yeah, that's what I want.
That's that's not all that much.
I know that's not that
$5,000.
much compared to like if I spent $9,000 on car wax for my Vanquish, I could definitely spend like 450 grand on a baseball. Come on.
Exactly.
Todd McFarlane's buying baseballs left and right. I have to compete with that guy.
So there are two things I was thinking of that I do not understand. And the first one is I was looking up stuff and I saw a $14,500 Lego brick.
A
Just-
brick?
Yeah, just
Single brick?
yes, just one single brick. 14 grand.
How big is this brick?
It's the same size as like a regular brick.
What?
It's tiny. Yeah, I mean like it's very easy to lose and it's very easy for your like 2-year-old to swallow. So
why is it so special?
because it's a solid gold Lego brick, apparently.
Solid gold.
Yeah, solid gold. It's like a baby gold bar you can put on your table or on the floor and then step on and be in pain for like the rest of the day. Yeah. So I find that patently ridiculous. I mean, like, price of Lego stuff can be very high, but it's like you can use it and you put it together and it's really cool. But this is one tiny solid gold Lego brick.
Then that means by buying that you've already built the entire construct. You don't need to buy anything else. That's it.
Like, fuck it.
That's what
would
came in my
Rick Ross
box.
do?
That's what came in my box, my Lego box. That's what I built.
How much did you say was that one brick again?
I think it's 14 grand.
14 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need a lot of bricks to build the Millennium Falcon.
Solid gold.
You might as well.
Millennium
You could build a real Millennium Falcon.
Ooh, that I should have added that to the list. My own Millennium Falcon. Yeah. So that. Oh, McKenna, did you say something?
I said that would be so awesome. Could you
Wouldn't
fucking
it?
imagine
I
pulling
was-
up?
Oh, I
in
think
the-
you're
Can you hear me?
Yep.
fading a little bit, but
I said
no.
it would be so crazy to show up, just like, yeah, I'm at work, in the Millennium fucking Falcon. That would be unbelievable.
I know.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot that out of the sky with my tank, just to let you know. Out of jealousy, out of pure jealousy.
Out of pure jealousy.
Psychos,
Spite.
like-
Well, that's part of greed too, you guys. Spite and jealousy, and we've shown it here tonight. The second thing that I saw that was just totally like, it was in a Cracked article. It was a solid gold butt plug. Like,
What?
why is this a thing? It's solid
Why are
gold.
you looking up butt plugs? That's the
I
question.
wasn't looking up butt plugs. The butt plug came to me, guys. It came to me.
Your famous last words. The butt plug came to me.
That was my first question too, Joe. Thank you. We're going right there.
It was a Cracked article. It was a Cracked.com article. And I mean, they do like solid gold vibrators too. And I'm just like, what?
What is going on over there?
It
I
was
have
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That I've
this brand called Lilo makes the gold vibrators, and this is a very luxury high-end line. But the butt plug was just kind of, I just don't understand. And I think it had a little tail attached to it, like made of horsehair. It was really just.
Well, we know it does have a purpose. I mean, whatever butt plugs do. I mean, that's what the purpose is, right?
Well, but the thing is, to achieve that purpose, or for that purpose, it does not need to be made out of solid gold. In fact, that sounds like kind of uncomfortable.
Sounds like you could get really chilly.
Chili in the butt.
Oh,
So, like, I mean, I guess it's more useful than a solid gold Lego. But, yeah, I found that kind of fascinating. So we have come to the end of our show about greed, although the greed will continue in our hearts as we continue to, I was going to say lust, but that's another show altogether. As we continue to covet these wonderful, beautiful items and go crazy about them, and maybe McKenna and Joe will get into a knife fight about their Aston Martins, and maybe, Malik is just going to blow us all to hell with his tanks, so he can get, like, our battleship boats and shit. So, from myself, Malik, Joe, and McKenna, we are the Agents of Helm. Have a good night. Part 3 of 7 Deadly Sins will be Wrath. Ooh, get ready, get angry. Peace.
Ooh.
Ready for lust. But let's do this. All right, sure, let's go.
Lust is going to be the last one. It'll be the most highly anticipated one, so.
Kat, how many times is butt plug going to be mentioned in Lust?
Oh.
I don't even know what a butt plug looks like. I gotta check one out.
Yeah.
I gotta see what one looks like.
short carrot.
Yeah, like a short, thick carrot.
Yeah.
Solid gold butt plug.
And instead of having like a flared base, it has a little like loop at the end. So you can just.
It's like you know those candy rings with the jewels on top.
Yes.
It's kind of like a ring pop.
It's a ring pop?
It's basically a ring pop.
That just does not sound cool.
It's basically a ring pop. Just imagine a ring pop, solid gold.
Oh my god.
Wow, Lilo makes a lot of gold shit.
Yeah, Lilo is great. Not that I know anything, but they're great. Yeah, well, I was going to add that I'm not going to talk about this. We're on live.